In Portsmouth, they prepared to leave. The Royal Navy's largest warship, heading to sea for 7 months. We went on board as HMS Prince of Wales got ready to go. Her vast flight deck, for now, empty. Soon, though, this will be home to 24 F-35 Lightning jets. This, the largest deployment of British maritime air power this century. A 33,000-mile voyage through the Mediterranean, Middle East and on to Australia.
Hugely significant on sailing day. It always is. There's always that feeling of excitement, and I'm thoroughly looking forward to it. The world's an interesting place, of course, but what we're doing is we're deploying on a 7.5 month deployment to the Indo-Pacific. We'll operate in the Mediterranean, we'll transit the Middle East, and we'll work with allies and partners in the Pacific region. That's a hugely exciting prospect.
At its height, Operation Highmast will involve 4,000 UK personnel, with HMS Prince of Wales the flagship of a 13-nation carrier strike group. Protecting the carrier will be HMS's Dauntless and Richmond, plus an Astute-class attack submarine. Also going to keep the ship fuelled and watered is the Royal Fleet Auxiliary ship Tidespring. After 8 years of work, this is the final hurdle as the carrier strike group comes to full operational capability, or FOC.
For the British government, this deployment is a strategic and political statement, a huge piece of UK real estate sailing around the world, projecting power. It'll also take this ship, though, to some of the most dangerous parts of the world, to the Red Sea, where the Houthis are attacking commercial shipping, and to the Indo-Pacific, where China is flexing its maritime muscles and increasing its naval power. How prepared are you for all of that?
Are you ever prepared enough? Is the way I'd answer that question. We've done a huge amount of work to get ready to this point. The whole of the last year has been about training, about material preparations, about upgrading equipment, keeping pace with our potential competitors, and making sure we know how to use our kit. What we're about to do is integrate that task group that the Commodore's just described to you, a huge number of ships and people and aircraft. So the thing that we've got to do most importantly is having all trained separately as elements in different parts of the country, in different parts of the world, in fact, is come together and cohere that.
So if you were called upon to join the Truman in the Red Sea and do some things with them, in a fairly kinetic environment, you'd be
capable of doing that. Yeah, absolutely. And that's clearly one of the things that we might be asked to do, and that is the whole point.
Do you expect the Chinese to come out and have a look at you when you're out in that part of the world?
Yeah, of course, as I would any nation, really. Always ready for that. It's international waters. Everyone's got a right to be transiting and operating in those waters and airspace. I actually take it as a proud sign if they want to come and look at this capability, and I'm very proud to demonstrate the capability that the Carrier Strike Group has.
For the ship's 1,600 sailors, this is what Royal Navy life is all about.
Saying goodbye to your family for this length of time until Christmas, which is a long time. That's quite difficult.
Yeah, so the last time I was away 4 months, it's going to be double that, so I think it'll go really quickly. We'll be busy every day, lots of stops to enjoy, so I think it'll fly by, hopefully. Fingers crossed.
So when you walked into the careers office to join the Navy, did you think, to be on the carrier, the flagship of the Navy, is a pretty cool thing to do?
Yeah, definitely. When I walked in, I definitely didn't think I'd be on an aircraft carrier, and I didn't realise how big they would be. I walked in sort of COVID time, wasn't much going, didn't like school, so I joined the Navy, and it's done me a world of good, actually. Kept me out of a lot of trouble and changed my life around, definitely.
The F-35s that will operate from HMS Prince of Wales are a mix of Royal Navy and RAF units. 809 Naval Air Squadron, known as the Immortals, will be joined by aircraft from 617 Squadron, the iconic Dam Busters. Also operating from the carrier will be 16 Merlin and Wildcat helicopters, plus for the first time 3 flights of Malloy and Puma drones. For the UK's Lightning Force, this is a hugely important deployment, as it too reaches full operational capability.
The really important thing for me is that they're ready to operate in a warfighting role at scale, and we've got a number of exercises where we're planning to do that. A really key one is exercise Talisman Sabre that we're going to be doing down off Australia with a huge amount of allies and partners down there, and that's going to be a lot of good work.
For the Royal Navy, this is the first carrier-led global deployment since 2021. As well as projecting military power, Prince of Wales will also promote UK PLC, with visits to India, Singapore and Japan, Britain's biggest trade partners in the Indo-Pacific. For the carrier strike group and the F-35 jets that will call our home, this is the pinnacle of years of hard work, a coming of age and proof they are combat ready. Simon Newton, BFBS Forces News, Portsmouth.
Thanks for watching. For more from BFBS Forces News, like and subscribe to our channel.